What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Beatbox Video Series. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin dominance, which is up today 0.72% and going for the highest daily candle close since June 17. So monthly highs for the dominance of BTC against the rest of the crypto market. But that's not all. Today, actually, we're having a confirmed breakout out of this inverse head and shoulders, which is a reversal pattern out of this downtrend that began on April 13. So besides doing monthly highs and breaking out of this diagonal neckline here, it looks like Bitcoin dominance is going to go for higher prices here, because also it's building the highest positive momentum on the MACD histogram since June 14. And on the RSI, it's at the 64-point level. So it's at the bullish control zone on the RSI, which implies that buyers are in control of this ticker. So taking into consideration any kind of bias that you could have on Bitcoin right now, whether it's bullish, bearish, or even a crab market, BTC.D is signaling a reversal on this 2 to 3 month chop and possibly a continuation of this 18-month uptrend that's been on. I know that's what you don't want to hear, guys, and most likely you guys, my audience, and me myself are positioned heavily into altcoins. So we're waiting into that for a long time for the BTC.D rollover, but that's not what the market's showing right now on this confirmed inverse head and shoulders breakout that we're having today. So if we're gonna do some TA and just closing on that idea, if we want altcoin season, we're going to need more data signaling a Bitcoin dominance reversal. So on the TA side of things, we're going to do the measured target for this inverse head and shoulders. So you go from the neckline here all the way down to the bottom of the head, and it's at around a 4.2 move target from the breakout, which is today. So a 4.2% from the neckline gives you at around a 58, almost 58% Bitcoin dominance level as a measure move target. So now we can only wait to see if this pattern actually underperforms or performs as the measure move, or even overperforms what this measure move it's on the TA side. But if we're going to, as I was just saying, if we're going to wait for a Bitcoin dominance rollover, we're going to need to see better data than here, because you had a potential three falling peaks classic distribution pattern that didn't get confirmed. So sellers had their argument on the chart. They couldn't push lower into the breakout line down here and confirm the distribution. And the opposite thing happened. Just buyers stepped in here and pushed for a higher low regarding the low from late May. And this is what you're getting on the daily time frame, just this confirmation out of this inverse head and shoulders. So something to keep your eye on. We talked on the last video, it's important to have if you're managing an altcoin portfolio, maybe focusing on alts that could outperform Bitcoin on a BTC.D run. And if they're not going to outperform Bitcoin, at least they're not going to underperform it for much a large move, so you don't lose that much sat value in case BTC.D really starts to run. I do think that 57.2% is a big inflection point here from the past on Bitcoin dominance. So I think if we get that kind of run, I think there's going to be a hard resistance to overcome. I don't think we're going to shoot up straight up. Maybe you get somewhat of a pullback, and then maybe you break out of the level. But I'll be watching price action if we get close to that level, because I think it's a large reversal point. So yeah, that's on the daily time frame. And on the 3-day time frame, which is about to close in an hour, I have some news as well. We talked about this too on the MACD histogram. You have this inverse head and shoulders also confirmed today, printing the first bar of positive momentum and the highest momentum on the MACD histogram on the 3-day since April 27. So if actually this inverse head and shoulders play out, both on the price and on the MACD histogram, this case being on the 3-day, I think you're going to get somewhat of a positive momentum here. Don't know how long it's going to be, or how high it's going to go, but I think you'll get somewhat of a positive momentum time or period of time with green bars printing here in the histogram. And then when you start to lose this green bars and maybe come down into the red bars, the negative momentum again, maybe you see some Bitcoin dominance rollover. So that's confirmed too. That's bad news in case you were expecting for altcoin season anytime soon. I think that the market's talking pretty clearly here, and it's going for the 3-day highest close since May 15. And besides that high, you don't have much to the left. You're talking about that big downtrend that we had in 2021. So significant things going on Bitcoin dominance here, in my opinion. The pattern is already confirmed. We talked on the last video that there was a potential 2 kind of failures to the setup, that maybe the pattern wasn't confirmed. And the second one, which is the one to be seen, if the pattern is confirmed, how well does it perform? Because usually you can get a confirmation of a pattern and maybe you just don't catch follow through. It's just what it is. Patterns don't play out most of the time, and it just works for traders, and their purpose is for you to position yourself on a spot that you have limited downside or limited risk and maximum upside. So it just works at having the odds in your favor, but sometimes you didn't get the play out of even having the odds on your favor. So that's something yet to be seen. But if I had to guess, if I had to position myself, I would think that the pattern's going to play out. Also on the 3-day, we're on the 59-point level in the RSI. It's pretty close to the bullish control zone, which is at 60 points. And going for the highest RSI close here since May 15 also. So yeah, so that's not what you want to see after 3 months of chop. You would have expected this to come down and maybe have somewhat of a reversal, but charts pointing to a continuation of this long-term uptrend on Bitcoin dominance. And I think that if we're still in a bull market and we're going to see Bitcoin rallying higher, I think this has confluence with what has happened in the previous cycles. For example, 2020, when Bitcoin broke out in October 12, October 13, you saw Bitcoin outperform basically until the end of the year. And it wasn't just until early January that you had that Bitcoin dominance rollover and you had that massive spike on DeFi coins, Ethereum, and some other layer ones. So maybe this is just happening like it did on the previous cycle, and you're going to see, if you see a Bitcoin rally, you're going to see a Bitcoin dominance uptick into a point, whatever that level is, impossible to know, but it could be at around 57.2 or even higher, when Bitcoin is trading at enough frothy level, at enough crazy levels for retail to step in back again, and for market participants feel the appetite for buying things further down the risk curve than BTC and get an altcoin of performance of Bitcoin finally, because we haven't had any sustained altcoin at performance since like March of 2023 or so. You could argue it even lower here since December 2022. So it's been a long time of Bitcoin just outperforming altcoins. And I'm guessing if we're, I just said, I said, if we're on a bull market, you're going to need Bitcoin trading into price discovery with strength in order for market participants to start bidding altcoins more than Bitcoin. Also, since we're talking on Bitcoin, I want to point out something that's nice. The 3-day candles is going to close in 54 minutes. So if it closes like as it is, or it closes green at least, and we go to the MACD histogram, we have something here relevant, chat. And it is that this bullish divergence on the negative momentum here, the histogram, is about to be confirmed in just 54 minutes. Because you have here a low and then a lower low, and on the MACD histogram is a higher low. So that's a bullish divergence on a 3-day chart, which is a larger time frame than the daily, obviously. But I would consider the 3-day chart to be important. So you have some kind of confluence here because you have this first positive green momentum bar since June 8th, and also Bitcoin dominance, it's confirming with a green bar the inverse head and shoulders. So that's confluence to the upside, I think. So you might wanna focus on some altcoins that could possibly outperform Bitcoin in the next few months if we get that crazy rally into price discovery. I'm sure there will be a few. And since we're talking about that, we can take a look also at Sol BTC. So Sol BTC, in 52 more minutes, about to print the highest daily candle close. This is the 3-day too, since March 31st, with the highest positive momentum since March 31st also. And on the RSI, it's at the 61 point level, so at the bullish control zone also. So if you wanted maybe somewhat of a candidate for outperforming BTC on this possible next leg up, Sol BTC could be somewhat of a good candidate. Because if you look into ETH BTC on the 3-day, it doesn't look as good as Sol BTC, going for the lowest 3-day close since May 15, and just rejecting this important inflection point from history from 2017 and 2021. You'll see how it's worked as both a support and support here, resistance, support, then it failed, support. So you have not been able to flip that 0.055 level on ETH BTC. You'll have the ETF kickoff tomorrow. I'll start trading, but already I think you saw like 1 billion of ETH getting sent from Grayscale to Coinbase. So maybe Grayscale is gonna do the whole playbook, ETF outflows again, but on Ethereum. So I don't know, this could reverse in just a couple days, but if I had to guess, I would think that Sol has better chances of outperforming BTC rather than Ethereum. And if you go to Sol ETH is going for the highest 3-day close since May 15. It's on the 63 point level on the RSI, and it's putting on the highest positive momentum on the MACD since April 3rd. So I think if one of the majors is going to outperform BTC regarding ETH or Solana, I think that Solana is a better candidate in my honest opinion. So yeah, just keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance. It's doing things. That's going to be it for me today, guys. I thought I hope that you enjoyed this video. My bad. Excuse my English today. It's been kind of rough. But if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Remember to leave me a comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys on the next time.